here's the process. Out in the hallway, you weigh in. Or first you you check in, then you weigh in. Then you come in here and you get your stuff over there. Then you fill out your insurance forms here. Then you turn them in there. Then you get your bib and cap and stuff here. Then you activate your timing chip there, and you pick up your swag there, and then you go to the expo in there. And here are the Newton trail shoes. They're being pulled over by the other laces there right now, but you can see on the heel, there's no hole for garbage to get hung up in there. I like them. So here's the expo. And at the end of the road, like a beacon, the Newton booth. My new Newton visor. Exciting. Talk to you in a bit. Here's the river. There's the Belle of Louisville playing a very out of tune song. Trying to find the swim start down here before I go meet people for lunch. Hey there guys, so it's the 27th still. And it's 10:30. I need to get my butt in bed, but before I do, I wanted to show you kind of my layout of things here, putting together my gear bags and all that kind of stuff. So this is a preliminary breakdown of stuff. So we'll start with the morning clothes bag. That says morning clothes under there. You can see on it that I have my Black Diamond Sprinter headlamp. That's because it's going to be dark when I get there. That bottle right there is not, in fact, Poland Spring. That's actually my Infinite Blend, and let me put the thing this way. You can see it's a 1 liter bottle. So that bottle right there holds exactly the amount of nutrition that goes into the speed fill, which I'll get to in a second, on my bicycle. Now the reason it's with my morning clothes bag, because I have to drop my bike off tomorrow, Saturday afternoon, and I don't want this stuff to sit in it overnight and for, you know, all day long, so I'll put it in the morning of. So we have access to our bikes before the race begins, so I'll dump it in there at the morning of. That's exactly the amount of water or liquid that can hold in there. So in the bottle beside it, the Argyle one there, that's just going to be kind of a little bit of my nutrition combined with water, because there's going to be quite a bit of waiting around between the time that I get there and the time that we actually start. To the left, you can see the the Body Glide that's in everybody's bag. Now beside it, you can see is a Mission Skincare anti-friction cream. Now the reason I have both of those is because the Body Glide is going to go on my ankles and around my neck for the I guess I can remove that because there is no wetsuit. We just found that out tonight. That's fun. So the Mission Skincare, I will be applying that to my groinal region and all the other parts that chafe, but I'll be doing that earlier in the morning. The reason it's there is in case I feel like I need more. Beside that, you see sunscreen. The reason it's there and not just staying in the hotel room is because you don't want to put on sunscreen before body marking. Down below it, you have 2 things of rocket fuel. The reason those are there is because, again, we'll be sitting around for about an hour and a half, give or take, before the actual start. So I wanted something to tide me over. Now, here in the bike gear bag, which is basically the Transition 1 bag, I have my cycling shoes. These are my Stuffits in them. The Stuffits will not be there. Behind it, you have my Halo, which is a sweatband, and the unique part about the Halo is this band of like vinyl here goes up against your forehead and channels sweat away from your eyes. It actually works very well. My Pivlock V90 sunglasses. Here's my bib number, my bib on my race belt already. So on the bike, you're required to wear a bib number on the back, and on the run, you're required to wear a bib on the front. So by wearing a race belt, you prevent having to change anything out. All you have to do is basically rotate it, around your waist. So that's a really good way to go. If you've never used a race belt, I strongly advise you to get one. Here you see my cycling gloves, and here is my heart rate monitor. Now the reason that those are there, and actually there's one thing that should join it, is my jersey, my singlet. The reason that this stuff is here is because it's not a wetsuit legal swim. I'm not going to be swimming with this and creating extra drag, and nor will I be swimming with this and creating additional drag. Now this clicks together extremely easily. I mean, that just is like snap and it's all done. So it's not going to be any huge waste of time or anything like that. Here are my socks. These are my Sole dual layer socks that I adore. Those are they're foot specific, and ideally these will last me through the entire race. So here's my helmet, my Aero helmet. I'm, as of right now, going with the Giro Advantage 2 Aero helmet. So here's my bike special needs bag. As you can see, bike special needs. This will come in mile 65 on the bike. You can see there I have an extra tube and an extra CO2 canister. Now, we will not be getting our special needs bags back. So if I don't use a tube, I'm going to be out a tube and out a canister of CO2. But what can you do? Beside that, we have the addition. Now, this bottle of Poland Spring in my morning clothes bag, this bottle of nutrition has 3 hours. So that will be done by mile 65. This has 3 hours. So that will be done. That will be refilling the speed fill in place of that. So there you go. That's all that's in my bike special needs. Then we have my run gear bag, which is essentially transition number 2, as you can see there. In here you have your running shoes, which are my Newton Racers. There beside it, you see that little thing. That's my Suunto foot pod, which clips on in 2 seconds. My visor, of course. The race belt, again, is over there with the number, so I just rotate it around. There's my fuel belt. Now, the bottles, yeah, they're pink because the store I went to buy bottles from, that's all they had. They didn't have black or gray or anything like that. So good times with the pink, and I needed 2 extras, so what can you do? My run special needs bag, you will see that I do have 2 additional bottles. Each of those bottles, the pink bottles, has 1 hour's worth of nutrition in it. Each one does. And down here, these have each 1 hour's worth of nutrition in it. Oh, I meant to include this. In this pouch on my fuel belt, there are, I want to say, 4 hours an emergency stash of Endurolites, which are basically salt tablets by Hammer Nutrition. And those are just in case. They're 4 hours worth in there. Down here, in special needs for the run, 2 more hours of nutrition that will be replacing those, so those will be thrown away. And here I have a spare pair of socks, which I also may end up losing, but that's fine. And beside that, a fuel belt gel flask, which will have a special concoction. So that's that for right now. Let's walk over here in this terribly messy room, and I'll show you the prelim on the bike. I'm still working on getting some things together for the bike. I'm going to talk about that after I click off with this. But here we have the first thing. You can see the speed fill there. That is ready to go. Now, to fill the speed fill, excuse me while I get in too close and wave the camera around. To fill the speed fill, all you do is hold a bottle down in the nipple of a bottle, down in this rubber thing here, okay? So when I go to refill with that bottle over there, let me grab it and I will show you. So I will grab this bottle, I'm not going to take the top off. All I have to do is basically shove that in there and wait till it's done, and it will be full. So speed fill is a very efficient way to hydrate on the bicycle. So behind that, you see this bottle cage right here. Now this bottle cage is actually going to be where I have water, because the Infinite Nutrition is not, it's all your nutrition, but it's not all your water. So this will be rotating in and out with water. This is the first bottle that will be in there. I will lose this bottle, and that's fine also. These wheels are not what I'll be racing with. I will talk about that also in a second. You can see my bib number here, my race number. Now, this is something that I wanted to point out. If you're not familiar with this method, which some people may not be, what I do is I cut the number in half, because this thing is too big and it won't, the sticker as it comes on the piece of paper they give you is too large. So I like to cut it to just the bare minimum size and then just stick it to your frame. It's a much more efficient way to go. Up here you can see my tool bag. This has multi-tool. It's got 2 tire levers, 2 tubes, and 2 CO2 canisters ready to go. Now, I'm also carrying a bento box There's not going to be much in it. The bento box usually is mounted at the front of the bike, but mine will be mounted back here for two reasons. One, it is actually more comfortable for me because I won't brush it with my knees, and also because my frame, you can see the straps of the bento box don't really fit around the frame so well. So that will be back there. In this, the only thing that'll be in this, and it's extremely, extremely light, is 3 or 4 hours worth of Enduro lights once again. So that's pretty much it for right now, and talk to you in a second and give you the rest of the details of the day. Hey there guys, it's Brandon from ironbrandon.com. You just watched the beginning of my day here. Today is August the 27th, 2010. It is 2 days, today, tomorrow, and then 0 until Ironman Louisville 2010. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough, kind of my preparation, a little bit of the preparation here. Some developments that have come up. The first thing and the biggest thing is, well, actually this is pretty much the only thing, is the wheel situation. You know, I spoke about my wheels. There was a shipping mix-up in getting the wheels that I had planned on using for the race, but in lieu of that, I'd like to issue a giant big thanks to Trevor, and I'll leave it at that for right now because I don't know if he wants his information put out there. So super, super, super special thanks to Trevor for really coming through for me and helping me hook up with some wheels. And I will be racing on Zip 808 carbon clinchers. I think they're a 51 millimeter deep dish wheel. I'm not sure. They're not extreme. They're not as deep as the 90 millimeters that I was going to be racing on, but they're, you know, deeper and they're lighter, definitely lighter. So that's very, very exciting, and super, super special thanks to Trevor. Today went very well. The meeting was an athlete's meeting. It is what it is. It's not the most entertaining thing in the world, but they got to run through the rules for you. Check-in was very painless. As you saw in the video earlier, I got to hang out with the folks from Newton, so that was really great. And let's see, what else? Dinner, I had a very high protein, little bit of carbs, but not too much. I had some brown rice mixed with some wild rice. I had a spinach salad with chicken breast on it, and that was really good. And some other vegetables in there, and having an apple for dessert. And yeah, I'm super excited. Tomorrow morning is going to be a swim. This is my plan for tomorrow, is at 8, it sounds like somebody's just coming into my room. At 8 a.m., I'm, waking up at about 6:45 or 7 and showering and all that kind of stuff and kind of waking myself up. At 8 o'clock a.m. is the swim practice. It's not a wetsuit legal swim, as we found out, because the water is far, far too warm. So I'll be heading down there. Again, it's at 8 a.m. Swim for probably 30 minutes, give or take, not too much, and even that 30 minutes won't be particularly hard swimming. After that, I'll get out, go back to the car, grab my bike, and take my bike to pick up the wheels, because you have to drop off a pair of wheels to pick up your pair of wheels. So I'll be doing that, and so they can also run through the gears and make sure everything's copacetic. And then I'll drop the bike back off and do a run. So it'll basically be kind of, I'll go for a bike ride after that. Not terribly long. I can't remember my schedule. It's on the computer right here, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. And then I'll go for a run. Again, not terribly long, but it'll help me get used to the racers and so on and so forth. So that's about it. I'm very, very excited for the race, as you can probably imagine. I need to get to bed now, so I will bid you adieu. Please click on over to ironbrandon.com, give it a look-see. If you'd like to get in touch with me or the show, please click the contact me link up at the top of the page, or just email info@ironbrandon.com. Or you can follow me on Twitter by following me at twitter.com/ironbrandon right here. So definitely check both of those out. Give me a shout, let me know what's up, and if you're racing this weekend, best of luck to you. But until then, get out there, get your body moving, and keep putting one foot in front of the other.